ladies and gentlemen, it's Throwback Thursday, Glam Rock Edition. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your glam rock warm-up. We're going to work on getting those hips moving and grooving, as well as getting those posterior chains activated. Alright, we're going to start with 3 rounds of the following. We're going to do 5 fire hydrants each side, so leg comes back, leg comes up, and then I bring it towards the front, and that's 1. I'm doing 5 each side. Then I'm going to do 5 clamshells each side. So now I'm lying on my side, right? My knees are bent, they're together. I'm bringing my leg up as far as I can without separating my feet, and then I'm going back down. Now, what would be super ideal is if you guys had a band that you could wrap around your knees here so there's some resistance. But if you don't, that's okay. We're just doing 5 each side. Make sure you guys really squeeze the top here. All right, then we're going into a side plank. And then 5 each side, we're going to do a leg lift from here, all right? So active side plank, lifting my leg up 5 times, all right? And then I'm going to my back, and I'm doing 10 glute bridges. All right, so I'm here, bring my butt up, and squeeze. All right, and those 4 movements, I'm going through 3 times. All right, so by the end of that, we should be feeling like our hips are moving and grooving well. You guys are ready to attack. We're now going to get the blood flowing a little sweaty, all right? So we're going to do a 3-minute flow of the following. We're going to start with 30 high knees, but today, you're going to post up on a wall. So it's kind of like we're driving forward. So if you guys have ever pushed a sled before, a similar idea, all right? So I'm here, I'm pushing against the wall, and then I bring my knees up high towards the wall. Kind of like I'm trying to knee the wall, however, don't actually knee the wall. Then I'm going to do 8 plank up downs, all right? So I'm here on my plank, low plank to high plank, 8 times, and then I'll go back to that high knee against the wall. We're doing those 2 movements back and forth for 3 minutes to get nice and sweaty and complete your warm-up. All right, guys, we're moving right into conditioning. All right, it's gonna be a great core workout, but we're also gonna get that heart rate super elevated as well. All right, super simple, 21, 15, 9, kettlebell swing, toe to bar, burpees is the prescribed workout. I'm gonna show you some scaling options, right? So, kettlebell swings. Obviously ideal if you have a kettlebell. Also ideal if you can go American, so over our head. However, if the weight's really heavy, you can scale to Russian. If I don't have a kettlebell but I have a dumbbell, I can hold the head of the dumbbell and swing the dumbbell like that. Likely, you'll do a Russian swing with a dumbbell, not go over your head holding like that. All right? I can also use an odd object. I have this backpack here. I can grab the straps and do my swings here. All right? Then, next movement, toe to bar. If you have something to hang from, awesome. You can also scale the range of motion. You can do like a kipping leg raise or knee raise. Or you can not kip, you can do strict as well, especially if you're using a pull-up bar in your house in the doorway. I don't really recommend kipping unless you want to end up on one of those sweet fail videos we see online. All right, and then if you don't have anything to hang from, we can actually do V-ups on the floor. All right, so I'm here, touch my toes, getting a good core pump in the middle of this workout, right? So those are your options for the toe to bar. And lastly, there's no scaling options for burpees. We just doing burpees, baby. Chest to the floor, coming up, and then clapping overhead, all right? Those are your 3 movements, 21 of each, 15 of each, 9 of each, and that is your conditioning workout today. All right, guys, we're moving on to grip accessory. That's right, there's own special section just for grip work today. I know that potentially your grip's already burning, right? You did kettlebell swings, you potentially did toe to bar, right? So your forearms might be already blasting, that's fine. We're gonna continue to do that right now. All right, so our prescribed grip work is a 1-minute farmer hold, right? Meaning you're gonna hold a heavy object in your hands, and then you're gonna rest 1 minute. All right, so if you have the equipment to do so, you can go ahead and hold it, right? 2 objects of equal weight, ideally, in your hands for a minute, and then you get to do nothing for a whole minute. Now, I know most of us are limited on equipment. We may only have 1 heavy object, right? So if there's 1 heavy-ish kettlebell, then you can just do 1 minute on one side, and then switch to the other side. And that way, this arm is still resting for a minute, all right? Another great thing about the single arm work is that now I have more of a core focus here, right? Because this weight wants to pull me, right? I'm uneven, okay? So now I have to work on staying upright. What I also don't want you guys to do is overcompensate and lean, all right? So it's a little bit challenging to stay upright, especially if your weight's actually heavy, All right, so 1 minute each side. I have a kettlebell here. You can obviously use a dumbbell. I can use a tote bag or a backpack full of books or water bottles or whatever. A final option I have for you guys, right? Say your objects aren't super heavy, but you still want a challenge here, is we all have books at the house, right? Or I would hope so. If you don't, then you might want to pick up reading. Grab a handful of books, right? Or just a couple really large books, and you're gonna pinch them between your hands, right? So this is not very heavy, but just because it's really wide and it's multiple objects, I'm being forced to be squeezing the entire time, right? Because if I let off a little bit, the books will slide out. All right, so I'm here and I'm pinching for a minute. I can do this at the same time, or I can go back and forth. All right, another thing that this does is it proves to you guys that I can read, right? And that's probably pretty important. Okay, so once again, 1 minute on, 1 minute off, 3 rounds, and that is your grip accessory work today. All right, guys, now we're gonna do some posterior accessory. 3 sets of the following. We're gonna do 15 weighted hip thrusts. All right, so you're gonna elevate your shoulders. If you have a better couch, it'll probably be better than this poof. This is a little bit low, and I can add any sort of weight. So weighted backpack, dumbbell, I have a kettlebell here. I'm coming up, squeezing at the top, 15 reps. Then I'm gonna superset that with 15 leg curls. All right, so if you have a band, you can use that. I don't have a band to show you, but you would just lie on your stomach, the band would be around your feet, and you would curl that band towards you. Or we could do the floor sliding variation. So you're gonna get likely on a hard floor or a mat like this. Carpet doesn't usually work very well. And you're gonna get like a slick object like a coat, shirt. I have this sweet bejeweled cape that I almost wore for this outfit today, right? So I'm here, put my feet on it, I lie on my back, I bring my legs out, and then I bring them towards my butt, right? So my hips are actually staying off the floor, my butt's not really touching the entire time, right? So I'm constantly engaged, right? And that kind of burns, all right? So 15 weighted hip thrusts, 15 leg curls, 3 sets, and that is your posterior accessory today. All right, my glam rockers, let's finish with some mobility. We're gonna start with a 1 minute forearm stretch just on our floor right here. You're gonna just turn your arms around. Think about leaning back into this, right? We did a lot of grip stuff today. The total bar, kettlebell swing grip accessory, so this is probably pretty necessary. Then, lastly, we're gonna do a 90-second dragon pose, right? There's likely so many names for this, but what we're doing is we're just going into a lunge position, right? And now we're focusing on pushing our hips forward, okay, and getting a nice stretch through here. All right, 90 seconds each side. Sometimes we've done the low dragon before, which would be leaning over this foot and getting a nice stretch in our ankle. But today, we're doing a regular one where we're focusing more on that hip flexor, all right? So 90 seconds each side, and that finishes your mobility, and that finishes your Throwback Thursday Glam Rock Edition. Guys, thanks for rocking out with us on this Throwback Thursday Glam Rock Edition. Coach Dave, Coach Gunner, don't forget, get out there and be a rebel.